Honorable Secretary Dr. Shamik Ghosh sir, then our AOP Gujarat President Dr. Jankna Sanghvi Madam, then our AOP Gujarat Vice President Dr. Jigen Shah Sahib, then our Honorable Secretary General of Central IIP Dr. Yogesh Parikh sir, then our moderator of today's session and all the panelists and remaining all our friends and colleagues. I welcome you all for today's webinar series. Before going ahead, I welcome my chairperson of Gujarat AHA, Dr. Snehal Sirolawala, to give her welcome address to the August audience.
Thank you so much, Bhupendra. At the outset, I thank each and everyone who has joined, and I acknowledge presence of Dr. Shamik Ghosh sir, Dr. Yogesh bhai, Dr. Jankna Dr. Jigen, and my esteemed speakers for the day, Dr. Samir bhai, Maulik bhai, Ronak bhai, Prashant, and Charul ben. With immense pleasure, I am so happy that we are starting the webinar series for the year, and the webinars topics are chosen in such a way that it will benefit not only pediatricians but also to laymen also. So we have been talking about digital era all the time, digital detox and digital influence, and how it molded the teens' life. Now we are entering into a new phase where AI is going to change the shape. So let us learn from our esteemed faculties how the AI is going to influence our adolescents. Not taking much time, hand over to you again, Bhupendra. And thank you all for joining and making it a great success. Thank you so much.
So before inviting our AHA chairperson, AHA Honorable Secretary General Dr. Shamik Ghosh, let me give introduction of him. He is the consultant pediatrician working at Manipal Hospital, Kolkata, with special interest in community pediatrics and adolescent health. And he has many awards in his armamentarium, and there he has won the gold medal while doing his DCH, as well as he has received Urvanchal Pioneer Pediatrician Award in 2022. He is fellow of IAP in 2024, and he has also received fellowship of Royal College of Pediatrics and Child Health, FRCPCH 2024. So, dear sir, I welcome you, and please give us the blessings for today's webinar. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bhupen, and it gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this wonderful initiative. Gujarat has always been in the forefront of the AHA activities, and what is particularly heartwarming is that you have always selected topics which are extremely relevant to the current day adolescent, and of course, our new emphasis on preteens. So I'm fairly certain that we'll have a very stimulating experience today, interactive experience, and my very best wishes and all cooperation from Central AHA is always there for you. Please, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Now I invite our President of AOP Gujarat, Dr. Jankna Sanghvi Madam. She there, Dr. Jankna Madam. I think she's yet to join.
Bhupendra, maybe she's suffering from the fever. She can't join.
Okay. So now I invite Vice President of Academy of Pediatrics in Gujarat to give us the blessings.
I request all others to please mute their mics.
Dr. Jigen, unmute. You need to unmute.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Bhupendra. And I best wishes to Snailman and you for this pioneer project. And I wish it will be very successful in near future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Now I invite our own Dr. Samir Shah, sir, who is the project in charge for CRISP webinar series to give us the project overview. Dr. Samir Shah, sir.
So, respected chairperson of the Central AHA, Dr. Sushma Desai in absentia, along with our secretary, Dr. Shamik, our Gujarat AHA chairperson, Dr. Snehal Silavada, and Dr. Secretary, Dr. Bhupendra Kaparia, and all the dignitaries on the digital platform. My sincere welcome for the today's first uh, episode of our webinar series, CRISP. CRISP impacted give the idea about how the webinar series will be. Its content, C for the comprehensive care, R for the resilience, I for the inclusion and identity of the adolescent, S for the skill building of the adolescent, and lastly, not P for the psychological well-being. So our theme of the each and every webinar, what we are planned during this year on this CRISP webinar series will be mainly focused on the holistic adolescent healthcare. And it is not only related with the healthcare, but their own personality development, psychological development, and all the other aspects of their development that really needed on their day-to-day regular basis. And that will be not clear-cutly discussed on many majority of the platform. So that is our main aim and objective of this CRISP webinar series. And I heartily congratulate our Gujarat EHA team for starting this unique initiative of CRISP. Our target will be that we will try to get as maximum faculties as possible from all the zone of the Gujarat and trying to nurture and motivate the new faculties related to discuss this type of the topic that will be the more required for the adolescent and young adult. And that will be the webinar series will be focused mainly on the panel discussion that will give an overview and holistic approach of the many faculty rather than the only one aspect of that. So this is the basic aim and objective of the CRISP series. And let's start with the first episode. Over to you, Bhupendra.
So before going ahead, let me take the opportunity to invite our past Honorable Secretary General of Central IIT as well as present NLF Gujarat President Dr. Yogesh Parikh sir to give blessings for the office. Dr. Yogesh Parikh sir.
Yeah.
Dr. Yogesh sir, are you there? I think he is not there. So let us start ahead. We will.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Please go ahead, sir.
One second. Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Samir and Dr. Bhupendra. Heartiest congratulations to Dr. Snehal Madam, Dr. Bhupendra and the team, Gujarat AHA. As Dr. Shamik mentioned, the Gujarat is always leading ahead in all the front. And our Dr. Samir and Dr. Prashant at the national level, they are shining the star of the AHA. So I hope and the best wishes for the great successful year of this academic events. Thank you. Over to you, Bhupendra.
Thank you, sir. Now, let me take the opportunity to introduce our moderator and panelist for today. Our moderator is Dr. Samir Shah, sir, who is certified adolescent practitioner as well as AI enthusiast. We all know him, and he is the lead in International Adolescent Health Week 2024, executive board member of IAP Central AHA 2025-2026, Honorable Secretary of EOP Gujarat State in 2024 and 25, founder and Honorable Secretary General of Honorable Secretary of Gujarat AHA in 24 and 25, chairperson of CMIC chapter of Central IIT, and into his credit, what not. He is also awarded FIAP as well as he is the advisor of our EOP Vadodara. Then our panelist starts with Dr. Prashant Kariya sir. We all know him, who has also received FIAP as well as PhD HHM, who is Associate Professor, Head of Unit at Kiran Medical College, Surat, as well as CEO and Director of Param Group of Hospitals, who has received a National Youth Forum in charge. of AKI, Executive Board Member of Central IIP in 24 and 25, website convener of Central IIP, spokesperson and scientific committee member of IIP की बात community के साथ, and lot many credits to these also, along with 20 publications in national and international journals. Next is our Dr. Maulik Shah, who is an associate professor and who is Gujarat Gaurav Award. Recently, he has received that, and who is a PG teacher also, and who is audio-visual content creator. So I welcome Dr. Maulik Shah sir from MP Shah Medical College, Jamnagar. Then Dr. Ronak Patel, who is director and neonatologist at Neo Kids Children Hospital, Palanpur, Gujarat, who is secretary of AOP Banaskantha, Gujarat, EB member of NNF and AOP Gujarat, and he has contribution in various books like Atlas of Point of Care of Neonatal Cranial Ultrasound and whatnot. Then Dr. Charul Mehta, who is associate professor in pediatrics at DJ Medical College, Civil Hospital, Ahmedabad, immediate past chairperson of Ahmedabad AHA in 25 and 26, secretary AOP Ahmedabad Women's Wing in 2026 and 27, executive board member of Gujarat AHA, secretary of Ahmedabad AHA chapter in past. So I welcome all our panelists of today. Now I invite our moderator, Dr. Samir Shah sir, to proceed ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Bhupendra. I just sharing my screen. My screen is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So, dear friends, it's my indeed an honor to moderate this important academic discussion specifically, and by my consideration that it is really on my heart that I really think on this topic, that is nurturing adolescent in era of the artificial intelligence. Adolescence represent a critical developmental phase characterized by the rapid neurological maturation, identity formation, emotional regulation, development, and social restructuring. And their neurohormonal development make them more vulnerable to the experiment and risk-taking behavior. So today's artificial intelligence become the more influential and environmental detriment with such type of the vulnerable generation. So our objective of this evening is not to debate the technology, but to critically examine its implementation and implication for the adolescent health, including the physical, psychological, cognitive, emotional, and social health of them. As we know, there are the human progress has historically transformed from the different era, starting from the industrial area having an enhanced physical productivity, followed by the informative era of the extended knowledge access. And then comes our digital era of global connectivity. And now we all entering into the artificial intelligence era. And how it is different from that previous era, that it is not only giving the proper extension and connectivity, but also deliver the information, but they analyze, predict, personalize, and influence the decision making. So it's a great influencing of the total making of the human personality, and that's why artificial intelligence era is significant. If we check the different generations, starting from the silent generation of from the 1928, there are the so many problematic structured things are there and positive things are also there. But we have to understand that we have to overcome with all the our possible outcomes there, and that's why the different era starting from the silent generation followed by baby boomer, generation X, and millennials. And now we are in the generation of the generation Z and generation Alpha. Generation Z will be the now adapted the digital platform, and we all know how it implemented. but at the same time, rapidly progressing development of the artificial intelligence really shape the intelligence system of the AI native of generation alpha. So developmental trajectory are now influenced by the algorithmic personalization and machine mediated feedback from the early childhood. If we check the global and urbanized uh, data, we all know that 60% of the adolescents are engaged in AI tool globally. Out of them, 40% using AI for the academic support. If we check that India is also currently among the leading nation in AI adoption, almost 50% of the urban adolescent adoption in India, AI is no longer the peripheral. It is embedded in the adolescent's environment itself. And recently, we just go through that AI summit in Delhi, just completed, and how many impact that will be taken and implemented in that. What is the scope of today's discussion? That what I just clarify before we start and begin with our own discussion. We are not revisiting the extensively discussed theme of the digital media, that is the general social media overuse, screen time debates, and smartphone addiction. Our main focus will be the unique impact of the artificial intelligence system, their influence on the existing adolescent health challenges, emerging the developmental concern, preventive strategies, and potential positive applications in adolescent health. So our aim to move beyond the digital exposure towards the AI specific developmental implication. So the focus shift from the digital exposure or to the AI specific implementation like predictive algorithm, cognitive outsourcing, emerging developmental concern, and preventive strategies related and influence the existing health challenges and creation of new developmental patterns. So let's start with the panel discussion and direct question to our first panelist, Dr. Ronak Patel. The concern, what we know that the AI will be the used and misused by the adolescent and young adult here and there. So what are the different uses and misuses
Samir
done
bhai,
by?
Samir bhai,
Yeah.
before you proceed, your screen, I think so. Yes, now it's fine.
Okay.
No, sir, the screen is visible, but somebody else also shared the screen. I was getting the message.
The top bar was visible, hence I think he's telling.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Now it's okay.
Now it's okay.
Right. So let's discuss what are the different use and misuse that will be handled by the adolescent and young adult with this era of the artificial intelligence. Ronak Patel, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Samir bhai. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Yes.
So at the outset, first of all, I would like to thank Gujarat AAJ and AOP Gujarat for starting such a wonderful initiative for the adolescent care. The disclaimer is I am a neonatologist basically, but invited as a panelist for this nurturing adolescent topic for today's session.
Considering your specialty in the artificial intelligence, we are invited you, Ronak.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
So today we are discussing something which is extremely relevant. Basically, it's not tomorrow's issue, but it is today's reality. And you have narrated very well. You have started it very well. AI is already shaping the minds. It already shaping the behavior and identity of our adolescents in the India. Today, if you see, we all have witnessed the power of AI, and the answers are available just within a click. They are available instantly. But the development, which is not instant, we can outsource the task which is given to us or given to the machine. We can outsource and automate our processes whatever we want, but we cannot outsource the efforts. We cannot outsource the curiosity. We cannot outsource the wisdom. We cannot outsource the discipline. In short, intelligence cannot be outsourced. So with this, let us have some talk on artificial intelligence. The question basically asked is the use and misuse. That is basically a good use and bad use of the artificial intelligence. So next slide. Yeah. So we all have seen a few days back, our Prime Minister Modi ji has told in Delhi in AI Summit that Bharat has a double AI. Probably he means that more than 35% of the population of India is below 18. And that's why, and among these 35%, majority of chunk is adolescents. If this adolescent group who are having a higher ambition and who are having a greater innovations, probably they are powered by the artificial intelligence and guided by the human values, the outcome can be tremendous or they can be phenomenal, and they can build the nation. The future of India can be brighter, and we can see Viksit Bharat in 2047. Many people say that artificial intelligence is the future, but they are wrong. It is not the future. It is the present. It is reality. AI is already in our pocket, and we are witnessing that. It is already embedded in the education system. It is already embedded into the communication, our career development, and day-to-day daily task. We are seeing that we all are exposed to this artificial intelligence tool, either directly or indirectly. So sir, next slide. So why this topic basically matters? Sir, previous slide please. Why this topic matters actually? Because artificial intelligence in the life of adolescent, it is not an optional thing now. It is already shaping the adolescence, as Samir Bhai has already told. The algorithms influences what the adolescents people see, what the adolescents people think, what the adolescents people believe, and what they aspire to become. They don't just provide the content or the information, but they shape the attention and the emotions of the adolescents age group people. As Samir Bhai has told, that this particular age group is neurologically very sensitive, very labile, and very vulnerable class of the population. If this powerful artificial intelligence tool interact with these developing brains, then impact may get amplified in many times in both the extremes. And that's why these artificial intelligence tool are actually called as a double-edged sword. And hence the balanced understanding is essential in using the artificial intelligence tool. Sir, next slide, please. Yes, so why understanding of the adolescent brain is actually important? It is still under the developmental phase. Their impulse control is immature. They are very hyperactive in any task given to them. They have a very high reward-seeking behavior. Their identity formation is still under the progress. In short, adolescents are defined by risk. Adolescents are defined by speed. Adolescents are defined by curiosity. And now suppose if you imagine a pair of artificial intelligence, they interact with the adolescents who are having such a fragile period of brain development, what can happen? The outcome can be on both the ways. See, adolescents are, I can say adolescents are a speed car, and artificial intelligence is a turbo engine. So artificial intelligence change the vehicle, but it cannot change the vehicle. It can make the vehicle go faster on both the sides. And if it is controlled, it can reach to Ayodhya to meet Lord Ram. If it is controlled, it can meet or go to the Ayodhya to meet Lord Ram. But if it is uncontrolled, then it can reach to Haridwar for Asti Visarjan. That is as simple as that. We don't ban the vehicles, we don't ban the mobile phones, we don't ban the calculators and smartphones and everything. because accidents may happen, that is not the reason, but we teach them what is the driving skill, how to use them properly. We teach them the traffic rules. So proper vigilance and proper guidance is needed while using the artificial intelligence tool. Sir, next slide, please. So now let us be very clear that artificial intelligence is not the villain. That is very clear. Adolescents and even we are today using this artificial intelligence tool as a growth engine, in short, to narrate the list or to narrate the uses of the artificial intelligence in today's talk is out of scope for today, because the list is so huge that we cannot include today. But I have narrated few of them. For adolescents, they can use the artificial intelligence as a academic growth for 24/7, but 365 days. They can take help of AI as a tutorial. They can use artificial intelligence for concept clarification, their doubt solving, then language improvement, as well as the language translation and spoken language improvement. Also, they can use AI for the preparing for the competitive exams and day-to-day homework aids, and they can take help for the research also. Many of us are using AI tools for creativity, content creation, designing, branding of our hospital, designing our websites and softwares, and creating contents. And even many adolescents are using this AI for coding also, as well as the career planning also. So in short, AI can provide all the type of education and knowledge to all the class of people, as well as all the types of people. AI enhances the productivity, it enhances the creativity, but if it is guided properly, and hence I told that AI is not a villain. Next slide, Sid. So if this happens, then problem may arise. Here AI can act as a villain. Plenty of adolescents, they become dependent on AI in their academics as well as in other tasks also. They just explore the AI and they just copy paste the things from the AI. Suppose if they are given some assignment or essay writing or some homework, they just copy paste without thinking anything. Whatever output they get, they just copy paste from that, and they consider as their own homework. And ultimately, this will create the issues of plagiarism, as well as reduce. They have a reduced deep learning and critical thinking, and ultimately, what happens? They become cognitively lazy, and there might be a chances of intellectual atrophy. They may have a reduced ability. They may have a reduced patience. A huge problem of artificial intelligence is spreading the rumors and misinformation. We have seen plenty of time on the social media also. There is a huge pool of deep fake creation in the form of either image, audio, video, or anything. In all type of social media, we are daily seeing that. Plenty of adolescents, they become happy when they get likes. They become happy when they get views of their content. They become happy when they get followers on YouTube. But friends, believe me, like is not love. Views are not value. And followers are, in majority of time, they are fake. They are not actually following you. So if adolescent stop thinking because artificial intelligence is thinking for them, then we are not nurturing the intelligent minds. We are basically creating, or we are nurturing the efficient users. I can say there is very thin line between the convenience and the competence. Hence, they need a proper guidance. And a balanced perspective is very important. I have already said that it is not villain, but the real problem or the real issue is the lack of guidance, or the absence of the digital literacy. Actually, the digital literacy should be considered as a life skill. It is as important as financial literacy. It is as important as the social literacy also. technology should not be, or rather, it must not replace. It must
Ronak,
not.
just interfering because we already having this question is we are going to speak how it become the problematic and the what the difference is there, and you are excellently narrated the what are the use and misuse done by the our artificial intelligence used by the our AI, that adolescent intelligence, and it is considered a double-edged tool, and if excessive dependency it may really interfere and the emotional resilience and the adaptive coping of the which are the essential aspect of the adolescent care and adolescent health. So these are the you are really excellently managed. So let's go over to the few things that what you are in correlation with the what you are speaking, and that is about the what are the different existing health problems that what whether it is improvised or it become this having the more impactfully problematic to the Dr. Prashant with his excellent experience in the adolescent health. Prashant.
Thank you so much for inviting. Thank you to AHA and AOP Gujarat. So before I begin, everybody has said many things. I'm not having any slides for a change today, but I'll just ask a single question. When we are discussing effect of AI on adolescent health, there are few AI apps or AI websites which everybody is using and adolescents are also using. I want to ask to audience one question, a simple question. How many of us read the full privacy policy of AI before clicking it or downloading it? If you read fully, just type Y in the chat box. I'll just switch off my video so I can see the comments. Yeah.
Probably no one is doing.
Yeah, probably
Not
no one is
possible.
doing, but yeah,
Not
the thing
possible.
is, so I just wanted, so that's the thing. You start with a question in
Absolutely.
which if somebody is saying, yes, we are inspired by them, but usually we are all in the same boat. And you see,
Yes.
the adolescents are not a different. They are more like us, a miniature version. They are having a full of hormones, full of Wi-Fi, and we expect them to use the AI wisely. If we are not using, then they will not use it. But there are two things. As Samir Bhai has asked me to talk about two things. The health problems, of AI. With that, he also said that we can talk about the beneficial effects. Many of the beneficial effects already Ronak has said, so I'm not going to repeat it. But when we are talking about this effects of AI, then I thought we must know about the hazards of AI, because when you are using it, then you must know about it. Now, on adolescent health, there are so many examples which we can quote. First example which I'm going to tell is the example of a deep fake. Now, deep fake means the image has been morphed. This is an example of a Ghaziabad in which an adolescent boy was been sent an image of his sister morphed and threatened that the image will be made viral if he is not giving the money. He was being blackmailed and he committed the suicide. This is the data of 2025. Second, when we talk of health hazard, then majority of the health hazard which are occurring in adolescents are the health issues. First and foremost is your privacy and personal data. When everything is being shared on AI, people can do this type of deepfakes. Even we have seen that under the influence of all other things, people are making the fake images and doing a cyberbullying, which I'm not going into the detail. Second is a relationship issues. One more case of a suicide which came into existence, on which the major fight has been happening between the Google and AI, is a case of a character AI. Now, this character AI is actually a relationship and emotional regulation app in which it acts as an AI companion. If you are having a relationship failure, they will act as an agent, they will support you. But in 2024 in New York, I just forgot the name of the adolescent who committed a suicide. But after that, there are the cases which are happening. So one case of a deepfake which actually blackmailed the person and committed a suicide. Second case of excessive engagement of character AI leading to suicide. This is a extreme version, but the anxiety, the depression, the dopamine kicks which adolescent wants, all these things are actually causing a problems. Second thing which is happening with the use of health hazard of AI is the creativity. It's been seen that one of the student in one of the school, the student came to us because the student was given a project of environmental health, and he just asked a chat gpt, give me a project in 500,000 words. Then this project was given to a second child to a review, and that child was not ready to read the 1,000 pages. She just given that project to co-pilot that just give me the summary, and then she has just given the 5 bullet points. So sometimes it is causing this type of problems. Second health issues which is happening with
Are you there?
Hello.
Prashant, you are not audible.
Prashant bhai not audible.
Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Now audible.
Yeah.
Now audible. Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. I think I just said that all these things are happening. But Samir bhai, I always feel that AI is a double-edged thing. If used properly, that can help us. And I'll just say some of the examples of good health issues which are happening. One of that is for the growth. I mean, when we talk about the adolescent growth, we want to track the weight, height of the child or a BMI of the child. The AI app, the BMI calculator, name is BMI calculator in the digital growth. When you enter the data of adolescents, they will tell you the health of the child. Same time, the adolescent girl is actually going into the period. So the cycle tracking app, such as the Flow and Clue, these are the two AI apps which will actually guide regarding the reproductive sexual health. When we said about the mental health issues, I said that the character AI is actually causing problem. But same way, there is an app called as a Visa or a Wobot, which is actually giving a wonderful support, a emotional support, and a mood tracking in which adolescents who are uncomfortable in sharing their details with the parents or the counselors, they can actually type over there and they find the solutions. And the last thing which I found in few of my patients, I mean, those who are on a chronic diseases, one of my patient who is a diabetic patient, as a pediatrician, we know that they need to calculate their carb count, they need to calculate the insulin, they need to regulate their sugar readings into the zone. And for that, with the use of AI, they have just developed an app. As such, the continuous glucose monitoring system which they are wearing can give it, but those who are not affording it, they can just make an app with the use of AI, and that can actually increase their health, which can be a good use. Same way, there is a Medisafe app which actually gives a reminder regarding the chronic dose medication. Maybe a child is of asthma and not taking the medication properly. Even the AI enabled attachment is given to a inhaler in which the AI will assess whether the child is taking the regular inhalers, why the child is missing, what is the effect of a weather. Everything can be given, and that can actually improve the health of a child. That can be a beneficial. So AI is having not only the health problems, but having a health improving issues also. But the only thing is we have to use it judiciously. That is most important. I think this is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Prasad, for giving this such a good insight related to how we can utilize it in the clinically in a proper, effective way. So simply, I just conclude what you had just explained. That is the AI function as an amplifier, and it intensifies the vulnerability in the absence of the structured planning. But if we utilize in a proper way, it amplifies its action also. So it no doubt increases sedentary lifestyle, anxiety spectrum, sleep disturbances, and obesity, which are the existing problem, and that amplified because of the use of the AI. It also exacerbates the obesity, anxiety, and circadian rhythm in the sleep. At the same time, what you had excellently mentioned that it can help into the early detection, health awareness, and educational equity also. So it becomes the considered a double-edged sword if we are not utilizing in a proper structured way. So now we understand these are the existing problems that can be either of the decrease with the help of the proper utilization of the AI tool, or it may be the intensified. Let's see what are the different emerging cognitive, emotional, and developmental pattern that are more and more problematic or the evolving as the this era of the artificial intelligence start. To the Dr. Maulik.
Thank you, Dr. Samir. I think I am audible to everyone. And
Yeah.
so ultimately, when we are talking about the AI entering into our life, we are thinking that we might be looking at the window of the world and we will be looking at world, but it is actually mimicking and giving us a mirror view where we are looking at ourselves and pleasing our own self. And this is going to create a lot of problem. Today, I asked my adolescent boy, my son, that you should leave AI, you should leave your phone, and you should talk with me. You should be going for a book. And he said, Dad, wait for 5 minutes. My network is down. Once it is uploaded again, I'll ask ChatGPT and answer you back again. So that's what the world is going on. And people are still hoping that we might be looking at the world in a different way. But no, AI is representing you what you want to see more and more again and again. So that poses certain new risks, certain new threats. Let's see them one by one. Next. So, progress of AI was very intelligent. In the earlier slides in by Dr. Samir Shah, we see that in 2010 we were just looking at the website for searching something, finding the topics, and researching for the references and other things to make an article, and then communicating with the friends in 2010 with the help of social media websites that helped us out. Then there was algorithm in 2020. To break that algorithm, we used some common sense and intelligence things. And still, after that, in 2026, now we are in the era of generative AI. Generative AI is just almost taking us all by surprise. It's not only that we are making some pictures or videos, but we are still looking at much graver things. Let's see them one by one. Next. So this is one of the most important thing we need to understand, that these are building these synthetic relationships. Suppose a child is there in the home. If he goes out on the playground, tries to play with the friends, there will be some set of rules which will be decided for that particular game. People will not obey all commands or all the rules at times. So your child will have some disagreement with some of the friends, and he will not always continuously get a positive nod. पहले बैटिंग मैं करूंगा, नहीं तू 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 पहले बैटिंग नहीं करेगा, मेरा बैट है तो मैं बैटिंग करूंगा. ये जो चीजें हुआ करती थी पुराने जमाने की, वो आज नहीं देखी जा सकती. इसके मुकाबले when we go for the AI says, yes, boss, whatever you say, sir. I'm ready. I agree with you. And that is something which leads to a digital attachment disorder. Means that you are trying to find out somebody who obeys your commands continuously, somebody who is in continuously in a, synergistic way with you. So that leads to a lot of social deliking phenomenon which is occurring. So people are moving away from the real people, real world friends, and moving closer to AI, taking them as a real person or real companion or real friends. And in real life scenario, when these problems start erupting, AI is no longer there. A good friend will always say, you are in depression, take advice of a consultant, take relaxation, and take rest. Well, AI will say, okay, you want to do suicide? Let's find out a 10 feet long rope. I'll be giving you a plan for how to do the suicide that you will get less and less pain. That's what we have seen in the case of ChatGPT in the American setup, where a suicide was been facilitated by AI. So that's where the problem starts, with the psychological aspect being taken care, as the teen looks at the AI as a continuous friend who says yes to everything. Next. Second thing is, usually we can see that most of this generative AI is creating something called generative body dysmorphism. So whenever we all know that we do not look as bad as we look in on the other card, and we are not as good as we look on our profile picture. But nowadays, in the AI generative era, we all have this fancy kind of picture. In 2010, if somebody visits a hostel room, there will be posters of the celebrities lying there. Sachin Tendulkar might be there, Roger Federer might be there, or based upon the interest, there will be a celebrity a picture will be there. People will be trying to imitate that celebrity. People might be in love of that celebrity. But nowadays, you go to the mobile's home screen or mobile's lock screen picture, and that is the AI generated beautiful picture of them own self, or the self picture is now more loved by people, and that is leading to continuously a comparison between an existent versus non-existent. So people like something which is non-existent, which is not real, but still that looks good, that gives their ego a pat, and that leads to a lot of this belief that I'm looking so and so and I'm so great. But in real world, when the distance between the reality and actual point is far away from the expectation, then there are problems which start, and the real world reflection often leads to low mood, depression, and anxiety in many of these teen adults, and that leads to problems in the later life. Next. As already somebody has said that there is a problem of a lot of generative AI which leads to cyberbullying. We might be seeing that lots of people are using this AI to morph the picture and create something which can be used for sexual exploitation and sexual extortion. So that is something which leads a lot of problem with the teens, and that leads to a lot of bullying, lots of quarrels, lots of depression in this way, teenage, where we are already looking at them with a lot of hope. The most important thing which we are missing that is it's not only that the morphing of picture which occurs here. They try to get your identity theft being stolen from you. They might be producing many other things with that one picture. And second most thing which is less talked is usually the voice cloning. As we have been talking, our videos might be there on the social media. Those voices are used for voice cloning, and the next day somebody will call your father that I am so and I am your son speaking, and I am at school. I need 10,000 rupees so that I can buy or I can come back home. The father might be hearing just the voice which is cloned, and that is taking him to a trap. The similar thing can occur for different purposes. So the moment we are taking these deep fakes into action, we might be leading a lot of other issues. Next. Then we are seeing something called cognitive atrophy. All the speakers might have spoken about this thing that is leading to erosion of the cortical critical thinking. We know that the teenager's brain is not yet fully developed. What is happening is that the prefrontal gyrus is still, prefrontal cortex is still developing, the wiring is still going on. So the more the adolescent thinks, the more the critical thinking occurs, more the executive functions of the brain are used, they are going to sharpen the skill of this adolescent. But due to the AI, what we do is we surrender ourselves to AI for simple little project to the bigger thinking project, to giving a love letter to someone, to express a feeling or putting up an appointment. Every task is given to AI. So that takes away the cortical atrophy. And ultimately, if your prefrontal cortex is not getting that exercise routinely, naturally you are not going to perform well. And recently, in one of the symposium, somebody has rightly said that the newer generation is, uh, in terms of IQ, they are far behind the previous generation or our generation. So that is thanks to all the technological gadgets, and maybe in the future because of AI. Next. In the world of deepfake, we often see many other things which are really dangerous. Not only it leads to riots, not only it leads to a lot of other problems in the social arena, but it also leads to a problem. Simply, for example, the AI will be always projecting itself as a friend, itself as an expert, itself as a counselor. So many of these young teens, we have already said, Samir Bhai said, we are following the generation Z, and we are also seeing the generation Alpha. So when we say about Gen Z, they are already more prone towards the psychological issues. And when they are having psychological issue, low mood, depression, they go to AI. And then AI answers many things, and they answer often things which are factually not correct, which are not really evidence based, and that leads to a lot of problem. And often the inappropriate advice is given by these AI, and that leads to a banal deceptions. So that is something we need to understand, and we should be keeping ourselves away from the AI. Next. So how to keep ourselves safe? Though these are the four main parameters where we can keep and tell our adolescent girl or the boy to remain. Number one is privacy. As far as possible, remain, don't share too much of pictures, don't share too much of things on the untrusted areas, specifically going anonymous for the search, like using incognito windows will help to great extent. Keep a single portal for purchase and everything so that the information can be captured, or the data is captured from that only one point. Not everybody is having that shopping app sitting in the phone. The next is you should have a code word for the family. Just now I have said about the voice cloning. So you should have a family code word which is only known to your family. So you can always ask that speaking computer that what is our code word, and there the AI is beaten. So that's something we need to keep in our mind. Then we need to always tell our child that whenever you want to take help of AI, it's okay, but take the help of the brain first. Suppose you are going to write an essay on Gandhiji, then please read the book, think on your own what are you going to present, what will be the points of presentation, and then compare it to what AI suggests. That leads to a critical thinking, and that leads to a better development of that particular boy, especially prefrontal cortex. Then we have to always verify. Don't take every information which is flooding through the AI is correct. So you have to use the fact check and various other algorithms and other tools to verify every specific information. These are the basic four things which we need to do for the AI safety. Next. So ultimately, in this era, our adolescent is looking at us, and he is also surprised that what to believe and what should not be believed. So we can say that safely shake hands with the AI, but use the policy of brain first. So that is something which we can tell our AI. We cannot survive without AI, but here we should be always looking at brain first. Next. So this was something I wanted to share to you. And from Layari, Durandar is sitting back again. Over to Samir Bhai.
Thank you, thank you. Excellently present and depicted excellently on your presentation. That gives us a very clear-cut idea about the how AI will be the affecting the health and the brain of the our adolescents. So we have to understand that the adolescent necessitated the challenge and incremental mastery. AI must not be removed the good friction of the growing up, and that's what we have to understand. We have to understand the executive function that is reduce the endurance by the cognitive outsourcing, and that lead to the less effortful thinking. It also reward gratification delayed by the lower tolerance for waiting due to the instant algorithmic response that what we are getting from the AI. Also, validation of that is very important because it may be influenced by the machine and mediated feedback. And if we fail to check that, it may lead to more and more problematic structured change totally that can be occurred in the adolescent mind, and that become the permanent damage, and that will lead to the sinking of the brain. So now we all understand what are the different uses and misuses that done by the adolescent by use of the artificial intelligence. We understand how the existing problem that will be the affected or can be solved with the use of the AI. We also understand the new emerging problem because of the deep fake and all the problem instant gratification done by the artificial intelligence. So let's discuss what are the preventive strategies and what are the stakeholders that will be involved mainly in that making that preventive strategies. Mainly, we understand that maybe the family, personnel, schools, healthcare professionals, and policy makers. So I asking the Dr. Charul Mehta, madam, please give how this holistic adolescent well-being can be implemented or structurally planned in this AI era.
Am I audible?
Yes, Charul.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. At the outset, I would be thankful to our Gujarat Academy. Today, I'm getting echo in my mobile.
Have
Hello?
you logged in with two mobiles, ma'am? Two devices in the same room?
No, actually, I have logged out from the other one.
Now, madam, we properly heard. No problem. Continue.
Okay. So, can you just display my slides? Okay, so at the outset, I'm thankful to GAHA and AOP Gujarat for giving me this opportunity. Basically, the stakeholders, they are multi-pronged, and it includes starting from the developer. I'm not getting proper.
Hello. Hello.
Charul madam, are you there?
So let's hear from the hello. Yes, Charul. Are you able to?
Hello?
Yes, Charul.
Am I
We are able
audible
to
now,
hear.
Samir bhai?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes,
I'm
very
not
much.
getting your voice.
We are able to hear you, madam.
Hello?
Madam, you just log out and log in again. Till that, what when you are logging again, let's hear from the our expert, Dr. Shamik Ghosh sir. Are you there? Whether how we can
Hello?
utilize the our stakeholders in a right and structured way to overcome this type of the problematic strategies that is happen because of the use of this artificial intelligence, and how we can intelligently use this artificial intelligence.
Yes. So I think so. Dr. Charul Mehta has joined back, or okay, fine. I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
So I think so. Successive speakers today have clearly outlined that when we have a new tool in our hands, I mean, if you go back historically, even when the television had come in, it was called the idiot box because it was being misused and a lot of time was being wasted in front of the screen. So today, whatever advances we are having, and as one of the previous speakers said, that we have to learn to use a tool that is available to us for the betterment of our performance and for the betterment of mankind. So there has to be, it has to be a use. So when we are talking about judicious use, and especially when we are talking about adolescents who still do not have the prefrontal cortex fully developed, as guides, as parents, as adolescent health specialists, we have to give them proper digital literacy. And this proper digital literacy will teach adolescents some very, very important factors. What are the important factors? We have to teach them how to verify information. That is very, very important. We have to teach them that they cannot take on board whatever is being told to them or whatever is being shown to them. They have to develop critical thinking skills so that they can distinguish, like what was shown in the previous presentation, that what is a deep fake, what is a manipulated media, and which of this is a misinformation. So this digital literacy and critical thinking training is one of the most important parts of our training for the adolescents. The other part, I think so, which needs to be inculcated and cultured in every new adolescent is that you must culture structured screen time and also healthy digital habits. We have to prevent addictions. And if you want to prevent addictions, you have to make sure that you have digital free zones in your home. You have to encourage this child to also participate in outdoor activities, which will keep him occupied and also give him a sense of well-being. We all know that when you play football for half an hour, you're concentrated on that activity. You do not entertain any thoughts in that time. You are burning calories to such an extent that you feel tired. You will have a good sleep after that amount of physical exertion. So outdoor activities has to be promoted for all children, even in this era where they will have to depend on the AI for enhancing their personal careers. Now, when we are talking about protecting as a stakeholder our adolescents, we have to teach them about digital footprints. We have to tell them that anything that is unwisely placed on the digital medium can remain there forever. So we need to teach them how to make sure that unwanted information is not planted in the digital medium. We need to teach them two-factor authentication and how to create strong passwords so that they are not misled and their privacy is protected and their data is safe. The other aspect the adolescent is going to be tempted. This is something new. This is something exciting. So, and his prefrontal cortex is not there to guide him. So we have to be very careful as to whether this is affecting the emotional well-being of the person. He is going to be exposed to a huge amount of information. Not all of it will be interpreted correctly. Some of it may be traumatizing for the little one. So we have to be very, very careful that we teach them how to recognize cyberbullying. We teach them how to combat comparison anxiety and AI-driven body image issues. We should be able to treat them. And finally, what I think is very, very important is that we must teach them how to use something ethically and honestly. Unless ethics and honesty are planted into the adolescent in the formative stages, we have had a list of problems like people using AI for plagiarism, people using AI for all the wrong purposes, unless and until at the very formative stage we instill ethics and honesty into the children, it is not going to work to their advantage in the future. So these are a few of my submissions.
Right, sir. It's you had excellently given inputs how the digital etiquette that will be the more impactful or more impactfully utilized in a systematic way. That AI should not over and added the all the shadows of it that lead to the more problematic in future. So this is the one view what the one stakeholder that is the parents and guardian can take. Dr. Charu, are you there? Dr. Charul? Hello. So, if we consider yes, Dr. Charul.
Hello,
Yes, sir.
am I audible?
Yes, madam.
Okay, will it
Can
be possible for you to display the slides?
Madam, can you just explain the role of the different stakeholders other than the parents and guardians? What are the role of the school and the our governing bodies?
Yes, yes. So Dr. Shamik has very rightly described about role of parents and guardians. Now I would emphasize more upon the other strategies like the developer's mandate. That is, the core responsibility lies on the creators, not merely by just writing, just use it safely, but their role is to develop a design, safety by design. The philosophy is accountability should start at the source. So there should be a guardrail which must be woven and just not patching on it. So the key objective is that should be a walled garden for the miners, and the impact of this, that the burden of the safety is not only on the end user. The end user should not be sufferer or victim to the AI. Okay. So they should develop the app which should have an age appropriate behavior. So the AI should detect the user's maturity via their language platform, the language model, and the interactive pattern, and it should change the vocabulary, the safety filter, and explicit material should be opted out. So this is the overall role of the content creator. The other role lies on the educators and the schools. So the school should develop critical thinking first, moving beyond the basic digital skills. The teacher should ask the students that, okay, this is the AI response. Do you know what data AI has been trained into? Why did this AI give such a specific kind of response or the answer? The schools and educators should educate the students by arranging ethical workshops and hosting open debates on how AI impacts the body image, the mental health, and social equity. They should make the students awake how to fight with the deep fake. As Dr. Maulik has already told, that if there is something like deep fake audios or videos which are circulating, then how to shut down that behavior. So there is triple S strategy. Take the screenshot, silence, don't spread this word, and report it. Right. So these way awareness campaign can be established at the school level. Now, third and most important is our government and policymakers. So it should be legislation with teeth, meaning that the law should be such a strict and stringent law that it should not allow any kind of uh, like any nuisance. It should be real power and authority which would enforce the mechanisms to ensure compliance. So buy it in law, it, literal meaning it should not buy it, but it should punish with strict penalties, fines, or punishment for all the rule violators. There is some European AI Act which was implemented way back in 2024, and in India also, we have such acts which are related to AI, like DPDPA Act, which was implemented in 2023, that is Digital Personal Data Protection Act. There is also AI Ethics and Accountability Bill, which is given in the Assembly in 2025, and there is also something India AI Governance Guidelines. I'm not knowing what are the details of these acts. So I'm just highlighting how government is acting in the India strategy to combat with the impingence of AI into the teenage and our young India. Okay, last but not the least, empowering the adolescents. From passive consumers to digital citizens, they are the future of our country. And as Dr. Maulik has already told, that AI is reality, AI is presence. So they should recognize what is the nudge. The teenage should be empowered. There should be peer advocacy. Just I told about how they would combat it, and there should be a practical toolkits So from ban to boundary, as Dr. Shamik has already told, how the parents' role should be taking a very important role in hand holding rather than blocking them. We should be friend to them. And my take home message would be that AI is evolving faster than traditional safety laws. So the protection relies on a collaborative ecosystem where every stakeholder plays a distinct role. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Just highlighting all the stakeholders' different role and responsibility, and we understand now it is not the prevention and the just the giving the guidance or the not the prohibition. It is to give a proper structured guidance in the holistic well-being and the holistic way by the role of the each and every stakeholder, starting from the no doubt parents and the guardians, but it also the role of the developers to make a proper structured things that will be the prevent the misuse of that role of the school and the teachers that will give a proper structured digital routine and give a more physical activity promotion, at the same time give a good literacy education that will give a proper guidance to them the right use of the artificial intelligence and digital media. Society and policy maker has to make such a type of the policy that it become the proper norm that will be followed by the each and every personality in the society. And last but not the least, the government has to give a proper stringent law that will prevent to be misuse of that, not only by the adolescent, by the ourselves also. So before we conclude the today's our panel discussion with the concluding remark, my request to the each and every our panelist to give a two-line take-home message what you want to give to the our adolescent and their parents, starting from the Prashant Kariya. Hello, Prashant is there? If not, Dr. Maulik.
Yeah. I think only two messages. Number one, take care, don't consider AI as a real friend. You have to build up real friends. Second thing is always use AI, but brain first policy.
Dr. Ronak.
Yes, sir. So
Your
the message is
message.
Our adolescents and even we also need the digital literacy. Already Shamik sir has mentioned very nicely. We need to understand how the algorithms works, how the data is used, and how misinformation is spread. And also regarding the privacy, what sir has told, that you have to protect your future. Your privacy and data should not be shared with the digital tool. That every click you made, every like and every comment, whatever you, that makes the imprint on the digital media forever. So take a pause before putting your personal information onto the social media.
Thank
That's
you,
it, sir.
Dr. Charul, your two-liner message.
Yes. So I would say for parents, rather than blocking, it should be talking first. And for the schools to emphasize on the critical thinking and plan workshops, AI workshops using AI as the tool.
And Dr. Shamik, your take homes.
Yes. So we've all been sounding, voices of caution, but let us look at the promise ahead with AI. AI can actually give us very personalized preventive care. It can analyze sleep patterns, growth patterns, and also warn us about real health problems. And one more place where I think so AI will take a very important role if we can use it judiciously will be that it will give you improved access to mental health and health education. So it's not all about sounding caution, it is also about telling people the potential by which AI can actually improve lives and improve healthcare for adolescents.
Thank you, sir. So what now we understand with this discussion that the AI can process the world for us, but it cannot experience it for us. We must ensure the adolescent develop the resilience to distinguish between the artificial intelligence and authentic human intelligence, and how the importance of this authentic human intelligence is. And let's conclude in this framework of the Vadodara, how the today's discussion is that for the AI, we have to understand, we for the validate and acknowledge the take reality. Adolescents have to understand and analyze the critical thinking about the content. They have to diversify and encourage the non-digital interest. Openness is a communication line is very, very important. Digital diet is equally important as our own routine diet. Agency empowering the child to control the tool will we have to understand, and the role modeling by the adult is very, very important to make use the very healthy. And last but the not least, advocacy, the pushing the ethical technical standard is very, very important. This framework integrating the psychological safety, cognitive literacy, and behavioral balance. So its impact is neither inherently beneficial nor harm. AI depends on effects depends on the boundaries what we establish. So let us ensure that in era of the shape of the artificial intelligence, our adolescents continue to develop the authentic human intelligence. And that's all from me as a being moderator. And I now invite our MOC Dr. Pupendra for the questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Samir Shah, and all the panelists as well, along with our expert guest of today. Thank you so much for giving so much valuable insights that will help us in day-to-day practice also. So going ahead with the questions that, sir, how to handle increased AI use by children of all age groups in a nuclear family?
Shamik sir, you want to take anyone?
Yeah. So I think so. It's about reiterating that, however nuclear a family is, it is a family, right? So if we are going to be having very clear-cut rules about how we are going to be using the AI in a manner that it doesn't lead us into the pitfalls of overuse, into the pitfalls of addiction, and if we can teach them proper digital literacy, if we can teach them how to protect themselves, if we can have digital free zones, if the whole routine or timetable incorporates outdoor physical activity, and if we can also take care of their mental health by making sure that they also foster human relationships, only then in this nuclear family will AI be a positive tool.
Yes, Charul, you want to say something? You raised it.
Adding to what Dr. Shamik has told, I will try, give my own example of our family, because ours being a nuclear family, during the COVID times, what my husband implemented, I have learned from that only, that it made me aware of what is digital well-being into the media. And there should be limited time frame. The Google family link should be generated where the entire control goes over the single person. Even from our sitting at his hospital, my husband used to monitor how much hours my children are spending on the device which was linked with his number. So he used to get instant message that the time limit has crossed, and my children will literally beg for him that, Papa, please extend the hour, one more hour. So, in a way, using AI to cut the AI is one of the answer. And being in the AI era, we also have to rely on the AI to fight with AI.
I think I just modify the things, because what I personally feel, this is a question of the Gen Z parent to nurture the Gen Alpha children, because Gen Z are now use of the digital devices must for them, and they are born and brought up with these digital devices, and that's why they are considering the digital device uses must. And now the problem comes is the artificial intelligence multiply the use of the digital devices. So here the question of the use of the excessive use of the artificial intelligence rather than the digital devices. So how we implement to the utilize the structured use of the artificial intelligence is very important. Rather than what we are discussing is everything is correct regarding the digital media overview, that time limit and everything. But here is the instant gratification by the artificial intelligence. One thing. Second thing, the instant answering by the AI to give the anything what we want. Even our presentation will be made immediately with the help of the AI. But if we understand the importance of the knowledge that the brain has, how we can utilize that brain in a proper way with the use of the artificial intelligence, that is the solution. So with limited use or not use of the AI is not at all the solution, but the structured limited use of the artificial intelligence is a very, very important, and that what we have to learn ourselves also, because it is very new for us. And same thing but that we have to teach our children also to use of the AI. This is specifically related to answer to use of the excessive use of the AI.
Samir bhai, can I say in two
Yeah.
sentences here?
Yes, Maulik bhai.
The most difficult part of the parenting is to improve as a parents first. So ultimately, जो देखेगा वही सीखेगा. So that's the number one thing. And the second most important thing, what I repeatedly said in my talk, is use the brain first policy. So even if you have to write an essay or you want to make an assignment, make a first framework by your brain, then take the help of AI to move away the missing pieces.
I think add on that. I just add on to Maulik by not the use the brain first, but use the brain last also. So after the preparation of that essay, you have to read again whether it is correct or not. Yes,
so there should be
Snell,
human element. Human
yes,
element
Snell,
should be incorporated.
A good servant or a support. So it is a good servant, good support system, good friend, but not a master. We'll always have to keep it in mind that master mind should be
Snell, your voice is cracking.
Yes, madam,
Audio
your
is
voice
very
is
shaky.
Some network issue is there on
I
Snail
think her
Ben's
connection
area.
is lost.
Yeah. Yes, Bhupendra, second, any?
I would like to add just few things. There are certain apps which control, not exactly apps, but there are AIs. Because when I was given this topic, even I resorted to Google and AI for learning how to prepare for this. And there I came across with certain AIs like Bark and M-Spy, Custodio, Guard Eye, Kids Nanny. So different AI have different controlling role. So maybe Gen Zs can resort to that AIs for controlling their children. That could be the
The
answer.
problem Charul Ben occurs again is who will monitor the monitor.
Exactly. The role modeling is the answer. Role modeling is the answer. That's what we conclude. Yes, Bhupendra.
Sir, second question is how to ensure value education in the era of AI in adolescence? How to ensure value education?
Anyone want to take?
The
Shamik, sir?
humans
Yeah,
usually
Maulik.
usually have evolved and learned the things by imitating the adults. So ultimately, whether it is a small child or a school-going child or an adolescent, the first most important principle for any value-added education is remaining to be जो देखेगा वही सीखेगा. So that is the first point. Second thing is always whenever you are learning something, or you are trying to question some ideas or belief or a ritual, then that should be fairly well discussed at home. You should always be welcoming the child's idea and thought process on that. Don't negate it always. Just listen to it, take the help of other things. It's not always that AI is going to answer this thing, but it's the family who answers this thing.
So value added, values, whatever, I completely agree with Dr. Maulik Shah that, it's not the spoken word which is going to instill values in our children. It is what we do and what our actions are which will speak much louder than our words. मैं उसको बोल रहा हूं कि आप ये टाइम पे जाके बाहर खेलो. The child should see that I may not be able to run like him, but if I am going for a brisk walk, or if I have a schedule as a parent wherein I am devoting a fixed amount of time for my physical well being, only then he is going to learn. If this child sees that my father or my mother or my grandparents, they sit down at the dinner table without their devices and they spend a good half an hour to 1 hour just speaking as a family, that will only inculcate values in the children. So there is no theory involved here. It is all about practicals and practices.
Very true.
So now there are no more questions. So anyone wants to share, Samir bhai?
Now we can conclude.
Okay.
Time is over.
So I request Dr. Snehal Sirolawala, ma'am, to give your final concluding remarks.
So thank you everyone for this wonderful presentation. I appreciate all the presenters and they have given very crisp, precise and to the point explanation to whatever is being raised, and it was really insightful. What I am taking home is that we have to role model as parent, as stakeholders in the society. We also have to understand that the brain has to be first, mastermind should be ours, not from the AI. It is a good servant or a support system to help us. And third thing, AI is going to stay. We'll have to learn how to make best use of it. So with this, I hand it over again to Bhupendra. I thank all the panelists. I thank Samir Bhai. I thank Dr. Shamik Ghosh being expert there. I thank all the attendees. Could see many parents over there. Thank you so much for joining. Over to you, Dr. Bhupendra.
So herewith I take an opportunity to all those who are still not yet the members of our central AHA, please become member first, so that in general we need to improve our membership. And you all know that the adolescents chapter is growing like anything. So please motivate your friends who are still not yet members and be a member at the earliest. Second, I would like to announce that Vadodara, Dr. Samir Shah sir, please give idea about pre-teen module in Vadodara.
Right. So it's my pride and privilege to announce that after the huge success at the pre-teen workshop or the pediatrician at the Calcutta Pedicon 2026, we are having a privilege being a Vadodara AHA member that we are hosting the first all India workshop of the pre-teen module for the pediatricians physically at Vadodara on the 8th of the March, the coming second Sunday of the March, and that is specifically for the pediatricians to how to implement the different policies to improvise the care of the preteens, that is the age group between 8 to 12 years, in a proper structured way that include the not only the lectures but also including the different role play and workstations that will give a clear cut idea how to examine, how to take this history, how to counsel and how to manage the different case scenario. So I requesting each and everyone who are really interested to participate in that workshop. We are very soon going to release the registration link along with the flyer by tomorrow, and you can just register. Registration is at presently totally free. We are taking first come first basis, only 50 registration only. Thank you.
So herewith we conclude, and I am very much thankful to the opening investment of our crisp webinar series. The
Dr.
moderator.
Bhupendra, I think so. Dr. Geeta Patel has joined. So just
Okay. Dr. Geeta madam. Dr. Geeta madam, are you there? I think she is not able to join yet.
that's
Yeah, you
fine.
can.
So I am very much thankful to the opening batsman, Dr. Samir Shah, for excellently moderating today's session on nurturing adolescents in the era of AI, along with our esteemed panelists, Dr. Charul Mehta, Dr. Ronak Patel, then Dr. Maulik Shah, and Dr. Prashant Kariya, along with our expert guest of today, Dr. Shamik Ghosh, who has spared his valuable time for our first ever crisp webinar series. I am very much thankful to sir, and
My
I
pleasure.
also thankful to all the delegates who have joined and spared their valuable time for attending today's webinar. Thank you all, and see you again in the next month. That is, the date will remain same. That is 25th of March. It will be last Wednesday between 9 to 10:15 p.m. So I again request all of you to join on that day. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Samir
Thank
bhai.
you.
Thank you
Thank
all.
you.
Thanks
Thank
so
you.
much.
Sir.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.